Welcome to you in this video. I am Bhalinder Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, Kanpur College. I have prepared seminar paper on monitoring forest deterioration in Nagaon District, Assam, using geospatial techniques. In this introduction slide, the drastic transformation in the land use and land cover has significantly impacted environmental conditions over the past several decades. This shift has become a prime factor in changing the natural environment, driving the need for detailed land pattern analysis. Using these patterns is now a leading topic in the fields of environmental analysis, management and prediction. Such analysis is crucial for sustainable development, planning and management, ensuring that land resources are used to their utmost potential. In the current era, marked by increasing environmental problems, population explosion and unregulated natural resource extraction, the significance of geospatial technologies has surged. These technologies provide valuable tools for analyzing land use and land cover dynamics, offering insights that are essential for addressing the environmental challenges of today. Data from the Food and Agriculture Organization highlights the global scale of forest degradation, that the primary forests have decreased by over 80 million hectares since 1990. This alarming trend underscores the urgency of effective land management and conservation strategies. Focusing on India, a global Forest Watch data reveals that the country lost 349,000 hectares of humid primary forest, which constitute 19% of the total tree cover lost during the same year. From 2002 to 2020, the total area of the humid primary forest in India decreased by 3.4%. The decline is indicative of broader issues related to land use changes and pressure exerted by human activities on natural ecosystems. Specific to Assam, a report by Government of India in 2003 highlights a significant reduction in the forest area over several decades. In 1969 to 1970, Assam had 26.50% of forest cover, but by 2003, this had reduced to 24.58%. This reduction reflects the broader trends of the forest loss and degradation, which has implications for biodiversity, climate regulation, and livelihood of the local communities. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach that includes sustainable logging practices, community-based forest management, reforestation, and afforestation efforts, strict law enforcement against illegal logging, promotion of agroforestry, and extensive environmental education and awareness campaigns. Implementing these solutions can help mitigate the adverse effects of land use challenges, promote sustainable management of forest. The objective of this study focuses on critical examination of land use and vegetation cover in Nagaon District, with an emphasis on understanding historical trends, identifying causative factors for deforestation, and proposing enhancement measures for vegetation cover. The first objective aims to provide a comprehensive analysis of the past and present status of land use and vegetation cover in Nagaon District. By examining historical data and current land use patterns, the study seeks to identify significant changes over time. This objective is essential for establishing a baseline understanding of how land use has evolved and what specific areas have experienced the most significant changes. It helps in identifying trends and patterns that are crucial for planning and management efforts aimed at sustainable development. The second objective focuses on analyzing the factors responsible for the decreasing rate of forest area in Nagaon district. This involves investigating various anthropogenic and natural factors contributing to deforestation and forest degradation. Factors such as population pressure, agricultural expansion, illegal logging, and infrastructural development are likely to be examined. Understanding these factors is critical for developing targeted interventions to mitigate the causes of deforestation. This analysis will provide insights into underlying drivers of land use change and inform policy decisions to curb forest loss. The third objective is to suggest measures to enhance the vegetation area in Nagaon district. Based on the findings from the first two objectives, this part of the study will propose actionable strategies to increase forest cover and improve vegetation management. These measures could include reforestation programs, community-based forest management initiatives, policy reforms, and promotion of sustainable agricultural practice. The goal is to develop practical and effective solutions that can implement at local, regional, and national level to restore the preserve the district's forest resources. This study aims to provide a thorough understanding of the land use dynamics in the Nagaon district, identifying the key factors driving forest degradation and propose the viable solution to enhance vegetation cover. By achieving these objectives, the study will contribute to sustainable land management and conservation efforts in the region, ensuring the preservation of its natural resources for future generation. This is the location map of study area. The location map of study area depicts in this slide provides crucial geographical details about Nagaon district in Assam, which spans a total area of 2,287 square kilometers. Positioned in heartland of Assam, Naga is located on the southern bank of mighty Brahmaputra River, a significant geographical feature influencing the regional landscape and ecology. The geographical extension has been mentioned over here. The district is bounded by several other significant regions, enhancing its strategic importance. To the north, it bordered by Sonitpur and Brahmaputra River, providing a natural and administrative boundary. The southern border of Nagaon is adjacent to West Karbi Anglong District, Huzai, and Dima Hasao. These neighboring districts contribute to the socio-economic interaction and cultural exchange within the region. On the eastern front, Nagaon is bordered by Golaghat District and the eastern part of Karbi Anglong District. This area is notable for its rich biodiversity and potential for ecotourism. The western boundary of the Nagaon district is neighbors Morrigaon district, further integrating Nagaon into the central Assam region's network. The locational specifics of the Nagaon district, as highlights by the map, underscore its significance in terms of geographical features and administrative boundaries. The proximity of the Brahmaputra River brings both opportunities and challenges, particularly in terms of water resource management and flood control. The diverse neighboring district enhance Nagaon's cultural and economic landscape, making it a crucial area for regional planning and development. The study utilizes satellite data from Landsat 5 and Landsat 8 to analyze land use and land cover changes. Landsat 5 with its TM sensor provided data on the March 31st, 1988, while Landsat 8 equipped with OLI TIRS sensor collected data on March 26, 2021. Both datasets have a spatial resolution of the 30 meters and correspondent to the same path and row 136:42. The analysis was conducted using ArcGIS 10.3 and the AirDus Imaging software as a sourced from the USGS Earth Explorer, enabling detailed mapping and assessment of the changes in the region over the specific period. The table provides description of the different land use and the land cover classification. These classifications help in understanding the utilization of and vegetation cover of land in a particular area. The categorization as follows. Water body. This category includes areas with water accumulation on the surface of the earth, such as ponds, lakes, streams, etc. It includes the presence of significant water body in the region. Settlement. This category represents areas concentrated with human settlement, which can be either residential, commercial, or part of an urban area. It highlights the extent of urbanization and human habitation. Sparse vegetation. This class includes the areas covered with scattered greenery. These regions do not have dense vegetation but have some form of plant cover. Forest land. This category refers to an area with a tree canopy of more than 60%. It indicates dense forest regions with substantial tree cover. Agricultural land. This category includes irrigated and fallow agricultural lands. It highlights areas used for farming and agriculture. These classifications are essential to analyze the land use and land cover. This flowchart is illustrates the database and methodology for generating land use and land cover map for the year 1988 and 2021. The process begins with acquiring Landsat imagery from the respective years. The image undergoes pre-processing to prepare the data for analysis. Following pre-processing, data interpretation is conducted through on-screen visual interpretation to understand and categorize different land cover types. The next step involves delineating the study area, which define the geographical boundaries for the analysis. Subsequently, the ISO cluster unsupervised classification technique is applied. This method groups pixels into clusters based on their spectral similarities, helping in the classification of various land cover type without requiring prior knowledge or training data. Finally, the classified data results in the creation of LULC maps for 1988 and 2021. These maps visually represent the distribution and challenges in land use and land cover the specified period, providing valuable insights for environmental and urban planning studies. The table provided illustrated the changes in land use and land cover in the Nagaon District from 1988 to 2021. It captures four primary land use categories: water bodies, forest, vegetation, settlement, and agricultural land, showing their areas in square kilometer and their corresponding percentage of the total area for both years. In terms of water body, in 1988, water bodies occupied 117.08 square kilometer, which was 5.11% of the total land area. By 2021, this area increased to 129.81 square kilometer, accounting for 5.67% of the total area. This change indicates a slight increase in the water bodies over the year. In terms of the forest and vegetation area, the forest and vegetation area showed a significant decrease. In 1988, they covered 1,308.56 square kilometer, representing 57.21% of total area. By 2021, this coverage reduces to 531.73 square kilometer, or 23.25% of the total area. This drastic reduction highlights a concerning trend of deforestation and loss of vegetation. In terms of settlement, the area covered by settlements expands the markedly from 1988 to 2021. In 1988, settlement covered 701.02 square kilometer or 30.65% of the total area. By 2021, this had increased to 830.65 square kilometer, constituting 36.32% of the total area. This growth reflects urbanization and expansion of residential and commercial areas. In terms of agriculture, agricultural land also show a significant increase. In 1988, agricultural activities occupied 160.34 square kilometer, which was 7.01% of the total area. By 2021, this expanded to 794.81 square kilometer, making up 34.75% of the total area. This substantial growth indicates a shift towards more land being utilized for agricultural purpose. The data clearly shows a trend of increased land uses for settlement and agriculture at expense of forest and vegetation area. While water bodies have been a slight increase, the substantial decrease in the forest cover and slight increase in the settlement and agricultural land use reflecting ongoing urbanization and agricultural expansion in Nagaon district. These changes have important implications for the environment, including potential impact on biodiversity, climate regulation, and the local ecosystem. Addressing these trends may require integrated land management policies and sustainable development strategies to balance growth and environmental conservation. This is the trend of land use land cover change of Nagaon district from 1998 to 2021. The bar chart significantly rise of the population of Nagaon district from 1961 to 2011, contributing to the reduction, and the source of this data is Census of India. Contributing to the reduction in the forest area. The population increased steadily over the decades, starting from around 9,537 in 1961 to nearly 28,23,768 in 2011. Each decade shows a notable rise, with a particularly sharp increase from 1991 to 2011. This drastic population growth likely to higher demands for land and resources, resulting in deforestation as more land was converted for agriculture, housing, and infrastructure to support the growing population. This trend highlights the impact of human activities on forest areas. The table and bar graph illustrates the significant encroachment of the forest land for agriculture purpose in Nagaon district between 1988 and 2021. In 1988, the area under the agriculture was 160.34 square kilometers, which constitutes 7.01% of the total land cover. By 2021, it is changed to 794.81 square kilometers, accounting for 34.75% of the land cover. The bar graph visually represents this shift, showing the rise in the agricultural land area over the year. This substantial increase in the agricultural land suggests that a large portion of the forest land was converted to agricultural use to meet the growing demand of the food and resources driven by the population growth and economic development. Such land use changes have likely led to reduction of the forest area, impacting biodiversity and environmental sustainability in the region. This data underscores the critical need for sustainable land management practices to balance agricultural needs with forest conservation. the unsustainable extraction of the forest product, extraction of the timber, over harvesting trees for the wood can lead to the deforestation, collection of the fuel wood, harvesting of the wood for the domestic and commercial use depletes the forest resources, grazing, livestock grazing in the forest can damage the vegetation and the soil. Non-timber forest product extraction, excessive the collection of the products like the fruits, nuts and the medicinal plants disrupt the forest ecosystem. These practices when not managed sustainably contribute to the significant forest area reduction and ecological imbalance. In terms of the mitigation measures, sustainable logging practices is one of the most important. The community-based forest management, empowering the local communities to manage the forest, ensure the sustainable use of the resources is highly significant. Reforestation and afforestation, replanting native trees and expanding the forest cover restores degrade the areas. Strict law enforcement, promoting the agroforestry, integrating the trees into the agricultural landscape provide multiple benefits. Environmental and education and awareness, educating communities about the importance of the forest and sustainable practices forest conservation efforts is highly significant. In the conclusion, we can say that the transformation in the land use and the land cover is critical environmental issue that demand urgent attention. Leveraging geospatial technology and adopting comprehensive conservation strategies are essential steps towards sustainable development and environmental preservation. The data underscores the pressing need for effective land use management policies to protect and restore the forest ecosystem globally and locally. Thank you so much.